something.
Step up. There you
Hello,
go.
beautiful.
Okay.
Listen, one thing about Brie, we always have the same hairstyle at the same time. Okay. Last year you came up, I had a bob. She came up with a bob.
Right.
Yep, I'll never forget her face. Ask
Yes.
me, how do I handle?
I love that afro on both of these ladies, and I love the curls on the lady on the right and the afro. Well, and the curls on both of the ladies. Ladies, bring this back. Bring this back. This is natural. This is gorgeous. I love it. Be proud of your lion's mane. All right, you're the only one who can rock it. Be proud of it. Rock it. Let's go.
Conflict? That was around the time I was going viral.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Yeah, that was around the time I was like, I have to like just give you after just like big you up and be like, you're doing it, you're that girl, you're that woman, you're that honey, you're the Beyonce of the TikToks for the girls.
Oh.
And yeah, I love it. I love it. I
Keep
love it. I
shaking.
love your
Keep shaking.
energy. I love what you stand for. And the fact that you're still going and that means you're being true to your inner pure
Okay,
everything.
keep
So,
shaking. I'm
and plus
mad
it's
at that.
matching
Let's
low key with the
go.
jacket. Oh my god.
Okay. Look. And the little necklace. Listen, Brie. Hold
Low
on.
key,
Okay.
Angie.
Okay. Let's start. Let's start. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
your name is Brie, right?
So I go by Brianna. My real name is Joanne, but I prefer Brianna.
Oh, hello,
Um,
Rihanna.
Brianna. Okay. And
mhm.
how
Rihanna. Be who you are, sweetheart. If your name, Joanne, can I call you Joe? No, I'm just kidding. Look, Rihanna. Where is that from? Is that real? Like she called her Beyonce. Now she's calling herself Rihanna. Cut it out. Listen, I was on Facebook. I put up a AI picture of myself. Everybody hated it because they knew it wasn't me. It was an AI replica. I was like, look, I'm just having fun. And maybe that's what she's doing, having fun. I took it down. Like, why is everybody uptight about this? But everybody was uptight about it. I think they like the real me. So I'm gonna say to Joanne, I like the real you. Okay? Let's go by our real names. Cause if I give you a fake name of a hero of mine or a musician, if I call myself Jay-Z, you're gonna be like, boy, stop playing. Alright? No, call me Jay-Z. You know. Call me Drake. Drizzy, Champagne Poppy. Okay, you're gonna be like, stop playing. That's ridiculous. What's your real name? That's what you're gonna say as a woman. So I'm gonna say the same thing. Stop playing. You ain't no Riri. You don't even look like Riri. Okay? And she's not Beyonce. Y'all both gorgeous as who you are. Ashley and Joanne. Alright? All that being said, let's go back in.
how old are you?
So I'm gonna be 32 in a few weeks.
Okay, 32 in a few weeks. And where are you located and what do you do for a living?
So I'm in Florida and I got a 9 to 5. I'm in administration. So, you know, payroll stuff, basic boring stuff.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I do not.
Would you date a man with children?
I've dated guys with kids.
For the record, y'all, I do know that those are wigs, okay? I still like the style, but yes, they are wigs, okay? I don't know. I'm a little more forgiving because they're more ethnic, to be honest. So I'm a little like when they come down when they blonde and they all down the back and all this other stuff, and I know that ain't your hair. It's like, come on, cut it out for real, cut it out. But since they, ethnic wigs, puffy and curls and afros, and I'm way more forgiving of those. Just for the record, ladies, I'm thinking other men are like that too, especially brothers. So just keep that in mind. Let's go back in.
Kids and it's never been a problem for me. I don't know. I'm Haitian, right? And my
Look
mom
at
is
that.
always telling me, you want to make sure you're like on equal footing with, a partner, right? So like I never been married before. So like, most likely I want someone who's never been married before, who doesn't have any kids, so we can start fresh and, kind of experience our first times together, so yeah.
Alrighty. Describe your dream man. Don't describe his looks.
Oh, wow, my dream guy. So I have a list I wrote probably, I don't know, probably 2 years ago or something. I kind of like go over it every year and like revise. Someone who has pure intentions to really.
Let me just say this real quick. This chick is coming off very pretentious. Okay? She's patting her wig and, oh yeah, I've had a list for so long, and someone I'm equally yoked with, and cut it out. Cut it out for real. Okay? You're acting a little too pretentious. Just relax. Just relax. You ain't got to be all, you know, super showy and I want to say fake, to be honest. Like, cut it out. It's and I notice it because it's starting to get annoying. I mean, she patting that wig like it's really hers. You didn't grow those curls, okay? Let's stop playing. But I just had to get that out of my system. Let's go back in.
really be together, like just be that guy and me be that girl and we just be together, right? I'm a athletic girl in the sense like I like my guys being big and macho and very present in their like masculinity, right? Someone who's a family oriented person, respects his mom, respects people, adults, right? Doesn't discriminate, someone who's kind, someone who's a really fun person, I guess. And kind of like, I kind of want a geek or a nerd, low key. um, but yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. I guess when I see him, I'll see him.
And my question to you is you said he has to be that guy. What does that mean to you, that guy?
Ah, own personality. Like he's not influenced with, friend groups or he's trying to be a person for his family or for his friends. He's been through his process, right? Which, if it's heartbreak or if it's, breaking generation, her curses or whatever. And his mind is just still. And he has like that preparedness to take on a woman, to take on family, and to just be, just learn life together. Balance. Someone said balance. Someone who has balance.
Someone who has balance.
I mean, I can't front, right? She's a beautiful chick. She's nice looking. I like her round shape. She sort of has some Asian eyes. Uh, just kind of tight. Beautiful brown skin. Nice smile. I just got to get over this pretentious attitude that she has. I mean, she's not a bad looking chick. I would like to see her without the wig, to be honest, because chicks be really fooling you, and then they take the wig off, and it's the Addams family almost. So I would just like to see her without the wig sometimes, and see how she looks without that. Men are kind of picky with hair. We really do want to see what we're getting. We want to see, like, we don't want to see, how can I describe it? It's almost like a car with a wrap over it, and then you take the wrap off, and then it's like, dude, you got a whack paint job with rust stains all over this joint. You know what I mean? Like, the wrap was covering all of this up. We want to see the full total package as it is. Okay? Nobody wants to put a price on something, and yes, men put prices on women. We don't want to put a price on something that you overvaluing it based on all of these little frillies you put on it. But the engine is shot, the paint job is rusting, You know what I mean? The transmission is worn, and it takes forever to start. We don't like stuff like that. We want to see the entire package, the full package, and what we're purchasing. Because believe it or not, men do purchase women, and the reason why is because women always want men who are doing just as good as them or above. So it's always at a man's loss to be in a relationship or in a marriage. So yeah, we purchase women. We get you the ring. We get the wedding. We do all of that stuff. We purchase women. All right. But not a bad looking chick, but probably a little too pretentious for me. But let's go back in.
So what does he have to look like?
Yeah, I like them black. I like the black.
Okay.
The
Okay.
black. And I'm not just saying that for Black History Month, but the black.
She
And the
alive.
reason I say this, right? I think that's my first boyfriend. He was very dark skinned. I don't really have a preference, honestly. As long as you mess with me, you F with me, that's what's up.
You see what I'm saying?
But I was working at Disney one time. This is when I worked at the theme parks, and usually a lot of white families, they would adopt, or for the summer they would like get kids from Africa or wherever and bring them on vacation. And I don't know where they were from. It was these two tall, angelic human beings. One was blue and one was purple. I was shocked. I couldn't even move. I froze. So I'm like, first of all, someone told me that before, low key, Jesse Wu vibes. But ever since that day, I was like, first of all, if I was that color, I would be gorgeous. I would probably be a supermodel by now, right? Ever since that day, I was like, my children have to be that gorgeous. I have to raise.
Ooh, she t- she talk way too much. Just get to the point, chick. That's all I'm saying is like she going in on this story about this black and blue people, and oh, I have to be like I said, she is so pretentious and out there, and oh my goodness, just get to the point, chick. Okay, you exhausting to listen to. My goodness, I did y'all a favor by pausing it, so you didn't have to listen to this story. But let's finish it up. Let's go in.
Kings and queens to be that perfect example. So, you know, tone, someone who eats right. I wouldn't say vegan because vegan is such a slur word right now, honestly. But someone, who knows balance. Then I want to be able to enjoy his essence, right? And it tasting pure and delicious and not like acid. So definitely what you eat is very important, what
Oh,
you put in your
oh,
body.
oh, wow.
Okay, we're talking about tasting acid. You know what that means? That that fellatio is popping, and she don't want to. She want to taste. She want to taste the pineapples. Well, without the acid. So it's very important what you put in your body, so that when she tops you off, that it doesn't give a weird taste. And that's why Ashley is tripping right now. I'm not mad at that. Okay, look, if you want me to eat salads, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Whatever it takes to get the job done. That's all I'm saying. Let's go in.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So he has to be healthy for those reasons.
I mean, for more, of course, but that's the pleasures.
All right. So does he have to make a certain amount?
Listen, if you got a better use for your mouth than talking all day, okay, I applaud that. I really do. Long as I don't have to listen to you. Long as I don't have to listen to you all day, put it to better use. That's all I'm saying. I know a lot of ladies gonna not like that, but look, I'm a man, okay? I'm gonna think like a man. That's what I do. And she the one who put it out there. So be mad at her. Don't be mad at me. Let's go in.
Amount of money per year?
I don't want to be bothered by doing too much. So I would love for him to be it, I wouldn't put a number to it, but, in terms of him being comfortable, him being able to provide for me, family,
Can
live
you
a
give us a
life.
range? Can you? Because I always, when I ask women this question, they say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." I go, "Can he make 15,000 a year?"
I mean, 15,000, that's not even anywhere near close to livable wage. He'll probably get a decent refund if he has kids. But I would say, you know what? A million, a billion.
Listen, boy, I know I shouldn't have came here.
A million, a billion per year.
But if I was to say a number, I would say, comfortably for himself, 100K to 125 is comfortable for a bachelor or a young man, handling with all his bills and leisure and savings and work in the future. So to add me, to make it balance, I mean, adding me in the picture, it'll turn into millions, right? Because women, we reproduce and reproduce. But I would say comfortably at least like a 200, 250, you know.
250,000 per year. And
Women really be scratching off lotto tickets, boy. They shoot for the stars. I get that to women. Y'all shoot for, when y'all come on these shows, y'all ask for ridiculous prices. Overprice. You overprice yourselves all the time. I mean, you be asking for, she said millions and billions. Don't forget that part. Now she's okay. Let me lower it and be reasonable and ask for close to $250,000. How about that? You talking about what? 5 to 10% of men, and if you like them black, now you're talking about 1 to 2% of men. You gotta be realistic, ladies, on what you're asking for. I'm just saying. And that guy who's a brother who's making a quarter, he got a lineup of chicks. Are you cool with that? You gotta ask yourself that. Are you cool with being just one of the chicks? Some women might say, "Oh no, she can have them all to herself. They can get married. They out there. All right, well, you believe that? You go to the gas station, you buy some scratch offs. Okay, your odds are about the same. Let's go back in.
give me 3 deal breakers.
That's like turn me off, like icks.
Yes, X.
Okay, can you give me an example of one of your icks? I feel like it'll help cement it in my head.
I can't give you an example. This is we here for you, Bree. Come on, Bree. You got
Facts.
X. If you know what he wanted, you know what him to taste like. You know what X you. Come on now. Come on now.
Okay, I would definitely say if, I don't want to keep fighting with what we put in our bodies, right? I'm not saying processed food isn't natural, it's not right, it's wrong, it's going to give you cancer. Like, that would be a big ick if he's like a fast food person and doesn't really have balance. Like, I wouldn't be able to, like, coordinate with that because my children, our children, this fetus is going to be fetusing. Okay? And the less microplastics we can have is the better, right? So definitely health
Do you cook?
conscious. If he's not, definitely be a turn off. Doesn't really treat people like right. If he treats people like slaves, like he sees himself like a superiority something, definitely a turn off. What would be the third one? If he doesn't have, like, I don't know, discernment, being know how to discern a room and a situation, when to talk, when to be silent, when to listen. Like, that's a big deal. Because, guys, they want to be, right? But the real king in the room is the one who can know how to handle each person like they could just read from the get-go and know how to move. So, yeah.
And can I also
Do y'all see what I'm saying with this whole pretentious? She's a lot, man. Look, just make a point, okay? That's how men are. Just make your point. Don't talk my ear off. She, I think, let me keep it real. I see her being a good wife, especially if she cooks. If she cooks and she's going to cook the healthy food, then we all good. We straight. But if I can only take her in doses, I can't. It's exhausting listening to this chick. She's so animated and pretentious. It's like, oh, calm down. Like, she's very feminine. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you not to talk so much, okay? When we have kids, you talk to them. Get their vocabulary up. Get all of that going for them. But I'm gonna have to have a man cave for real, just to have my own space. You want to talk? Call your girlfriends, okay? You could talk all day with them. Call your girlfriends. Don't look. I'm your husband. You know, keep it short and sweet with me. Don't do all of this. You're just gonna itch my nerves. That's all you're gonna do. I'm gonna want to leave the room. I can entertain it for a little while, but when you keep doing it, oh my goodness. Let's go back in.
Also ask you this because people are bringing up the 200K plus for the guy you want him to make that.
Of
Can I
course.
ask you, have you dated or do you date men, let's say, who make that? Is that your experience now?
Okay, so it has been my experience. I dated a guy, he made, that's why I said 125K.
And there's
That's
nothing
what,
wrong with you asking. I'm just asking a follow-up question.
um, no, I've dated a guy, he was an engineer, he made pretty decent money. Bachelor, took care of everything, was able to travel expenses, and he actually had like a budget for dating as well. But yeah, my experience with him was, we're not together. I didn't choose to continue the relationship only because it kind of felt like he was still in his bachelor phase. And I didn't really want to, I don't know. Maybe it's me being too controlling or overthinking. But I don't know. I didn't want to play that role. Like, if I'm going to be with you, I want to be with you because you want to be with only me. Like, you're not trying to look for any other options.
What did I tell y'all earlier? I swear I haven't seen this before. If you're going to ask for a guy 200, 250, are you okay with being one of the chicks? I said that earlier. Haven't seen this before. Turns out the guy she was talking to was that way. He had a he had a fleet of ladies. You know, he had his pick of the litter, so to speak. So am I surprised? Hell to the no. I described the guy before she even mentioned him. I described how he was going to move before she even mentioned it. So she has to ask her, since she's asking for that again, know what kind of guy you're going to get. That's going to be the type of guy you're going to get. Especially if it's a brother. He's going to be... Listen, let me say this. And a lot of people may disagree with this, but a black man who makes good money, especially when you start to get in the 6-figure mark, he's in more demand than the white guy is. And I know some people might disagree with that, but I'm talking about not only sisters, but other women will want that dude. That's when black men start to pass white guys as far as desirability. When they get in a 100 to 200K, they become more desirable than the white guys. Okay? It just is what it is. Because now you got most sisters who will rock with you. And you got all the other women who will probably pick you over a Brad. Same money. Both of y'all make a quarter. Unless they trying to have white babies. Then they probably will pick Brad. But what I'm saying is desirability. I think brothers start to surpass their counterparts when they start making a lot of money. Okay, so that is the case. If you're talking about a 200K man and you like him chocolate, you got to be okay with being one of his draft picks. Okay, but he's gonna have other chicks, and you got to be okay with that. Let's go in.
You know, no woman should have a cap into how she should be taken care of, right? Like you always say. So saying 200,000 actually is like cheap. I feel like I cheapened myself. I diminished myself. Like I don't want to put myself in no type of small category, right? Because the world makes it seem like, oh, you know, because of taxes, because, you know, what does a woman bring to the table? Like, no, we're women. We are it's. We are the being. There's no reason
Right,
to
right.
even limit what we would want.
Absolutely. And I don't think you're wrong.
She said, "We are women. We are it. There is no limit to what we will want." That's what she said. Why is that? What's wrong with that, Mike? Of course, there's no limit to what you will want because you always ask for the ridiculous, the highest price. Look, she feel like she underselling herself with 200K. Ladies, let's do some math, okay? Let's do some math. There are 2 million more women in America, black women in America, than black men. 2 million. There's a 2 million surplus of women. Let's play the supply and demand game. Okay? The supply and demand game means there are more women than men. There are more beautiful women than there are rich men or men who make 200K. The men who make 200 plus K and are black, what, about 200,000 of those guys in the whole country? Some of those guys are married already. Some of those guys don't even like women. Okay? And the rest of those guys, which is probably about 50,000, play on players. Okay? You get those guys are players, and they can afford to be, and they are. Your best situation is meeting one of those guys and being okay with him being a player. That's your best bet. And you got to outshine his other roster. When you outshine his other roster, the other 4 women that he got, then he may decide to marry you. But he's going to be calculated on who he marries out of his roster. The key is to get on his roster first. Okay? Don't expect him to draft you day one because he's so amazed by you. Forget that. Hang that up. Get on the roster first. Find out who the rest of his chicks is. Say you're okay with being on the roster. Find out what these chicks is doing and you do better. Then it will be implanted in his mind to marry you. Now, I'm not saying to do that to trap him. You do that for the rest of your marriage, whatever it took to get him, because you're going to still have to do that to keep him. But your mentality should be get on his roster first. And if you want to be the starter, you got to be better than the rest of them chicks. That's how women should be thinking, especially when they asking for a guy 200K and up. That's where your mentality should go. This is why other culture of women, they be beaten. They beat sisters because they know how the game go. They know how to do it. It's a skill to it. Okay, whatever them chicks is doing, okay, I'm gonna be better than those chicks. Now I got it. At least I'm on the roster. But now I want to be the starter, so I gotta shine like a starter. Okay, I want to be the point guard, so I want to be the quarterback, so I gotta shine. I gotta outshine all the rest of them, so the coach can put me in the game. Then I can get to be the wife. Anyway, let's go back in.
Wrong about that, Bree, but you know when this goes up and people ask questions, they're gonna ask, well, Bree, are you dating men, like, let's say, who make that much right now? So that's why I wanted to ask the follow-up question. It's like you have your standards, you know your worth, but I just want your experience. This is not only to you, Bree, but to all the ladies watching.
No, of course.
Yeah. Like, what is your dating experience now? Like, are you around those type of men who are making, let's say, a quarter of a million, you
So
know?
animated.
That's what I want.
Okay, so what I can say, right? Because I want to leave space for the other gorgeous ladies who's coming up on the show. The way I met him, it was after work, and I went downtown, and I have my favorite spot that I take. I love matcha lattes. It's my favorite thing in the world. And once I find a cafe, honey, I'll be there. I'll be so frequent. You might as well hire me to be a content creator, like whatever. It was late at night, and I had a similar hair, but it was like afro, like a big afro.
Could you get to the
And I
point?
parked my car, girl. And I had these big go-go boots. I just be going through phases, and I just be like a different era. Like, I be from the 60s, I be from the 70s, like, whatever. So, that time, like, my afro, like, everyone was like, oh my God, it's like your hair, you look so good, oh my God. So I was just crossing the street, and he was leaving the cafe, and he noticed me. Like, just noticed me from walking. And I noticed him, but, in my head, I'm like, everyone, stops and stares, and they're like, compliment, and I, compliment them back and everything. Like, I'm never big-headed about it. And, I try to act dumb a little bit, like, a little blind. And, he's like, oh my gosh, hi, I just wanted to say, wow, you blew me away, you captured me, and, I loved how you were straightforward, right? Even though he was, he was a big buff macho guy. And he kind of gave geek, but like sexy geek, right? Like, sexy engineer geek. So, and I like big guys. I love to be like, ooh, whatever. So, actually he invited me. He was like, oh, do you mind if I grab like a coffee with you? And I was like, oh, sure, why not? In the moment. And we sat down, and it felt so pleasant because he didn't know who I was. I didn't know who he was. We didn't meet on a dating app. It was just two people, we took a chance. We had a very pleasant conversation. It didn't feel awkward or anything. And we just were adults about it. We exchanged numbers, and then we started dating. So I feel like it really has to do a lot with like where you are, where you place yourself, honey.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
100%.
Okay, hold on. So this would be
What the hell did that have to do with anything? Okay. You gave us a story of a guy who picked you up at a coffee joint or whatever, and y'all started to date. I think she asked if you were dating a 200K man. She wanted that story, not some random, muscle-bound dude who picked you up at a coffee thing. And you I mean, look, you owe me 5 minutes of my life back, okay? Listening to that story. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's go back in, y'all.
be the last two questions. Oh, would you go 50-50 or, well, I'm not going to even ask that question. You want a full provider. So we can skip over that question. Give me one reason why you're single, and would you relocate for love?
I don't know. The way I be answering so complicated. I don't know if it's because
Yeah, you
English
do.
isn't my first language. I don't know.
Even
I'm
Ashley agrees with
single, but I'm not single for no man. I'm not single for people or family. I'm just trying to discover me, because I want to be 100% me. You understand? And the reason I say that is because I saw a video and this girl was like, she's probably going to be the only one to be afraid to find like a good man or 100% man. Lord right? Jesus. And it's like a lot of times, like when you really like discover who you are, oh God, my light. When you really discover who you are, you kind of, you're scared to like show someone and be vulnerable to them, right? And you're afraid of rejection or whatever. Jeez. So, I don't know. I'm single for me. I don't really feel single. If I wanted to date or be with someone, I could. It's just, I don't feel that feminine urge to be locked down, to be like under a guy, Yeah. And then
then why are you on the dating show? Okay, if you don't want to be locked down by a guy, why are you on the damn dating show? You shouldn't be here if you're not ready. You ready to ask for the world. You ready to ask for 200K and this, that, third, and he gotta want that you're a full provider, all of this, but you ain't even ready. Why would a guy who's calculating enough to make 200K choose you over a chick who is ready? And why do it take you so damn long to answer a question? Oh my goodness. I'm trying, y'all. We're gonna get through this though. But she is so pretentious, and so she would rattle my nerves. She really would. I don't know if she's done that with y'all, but she has tap danced all on my nerves by her answering these questions. There's always these long, pretentious, drawn out, oh, here's the story, and then it ain't got nothing to do with the damn question that Ashley asked. Woo, woosah. Let's go back in. Let's finish this out.
Would I relocate for love? Maybe. It depends. If I could travel whenever I want, and then when I really, really want to nest and settle, make it official. But yeah.
All right, Bree. And where can this man find you? Can you give me your handle on TikTok? Like, say it out.
Yes, I think my handle, it's my name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and it's not Riri, okay? It's Joanne. That's your handle. Anyway, this chick is a trip. She's asking for the world. She's not even ready to be a soul feminine woman for a guy. I'm not saying she's not feminine, but she said she's not even really ready to really commit to a guy like that. Then what are you doing? What are you doing on a dating show? All that being said, let me go ahead and rank her. Ashley didn't make her stand up and do the, like, I don't want to say the Kendrick cam, but she didn't stand up and make her do the full body picture, which is what I wanted to see. I was hoping that Ashley would ask her to do that. I know she's done that to women in the past, but she didn't ask her for some reason. Let me see if she actually, no, she doesn't. She doesn't ever ask her. So, all that being said, I think her face is nice, very pretty face. The body seems to be pretty nice too. Haitian chick. I can't see the hair though, so I'm gonna give her about a 6.5 in looks. Okay, look, anything over 5, that's workable. If anything 5 and up is workable, ladies. Okay, and she's about a 6.5 in looks, mainly because I can't see her hair. That wig is, I take it back. It's not a very good wig, to be honest. I like Ashley's because it's more Afro style, but that one is just she's kind of, it's starting to look Cookie Head Jenkins.
No. Yeah, I tried, man. I put the activator down on the board. I wanted to do the slip and fall, but he turned into a breakdance move, man. Yes. It's the truth, man, I swear. Please. Please give me calculator, man. Ah!
She's starting to look like a Jerry Curl Cookie Head Jenkins. So 6.5 in the looks. Her personality, Hollywood Shuffle, that's what it was. Her personality, too pretentious, too long-winded. She just dragged my nerves all over the place. But seems sweet, seems nice, but not very realistic, not very I don't know. It's just, she's a lot, and I don't really like when women ask for a whole lot and they don't really tell you what they provide. You know what I mean? So I give her personality. She's about basic when it comes to personality. So I'm gonna give her personality a 5. I mean, it's a basic woman personality. Talk a lot, ask for the world, don't offer much, but not mean, not vicious, not necessarily a bad spirit to be around. Annoying is her worst characteristic. It's not mean or vicious or vindictive. It's just annoying, which is par for the course. So I give her personality a 5. So a total of 11.5 points for her. Let me know what y'all think about that. Out of 11.5 out of 20, obviously. So let me know what y'all think about that. What would you give her? Hit the like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.
So saying 200,000 actually is like cheap. I feel like I cheapened myself. I diminished myself. Like, I don't want to put myself in no type of small category, right? Because the world makes it seem like, oh, you know, because of taxes, because, you know, what does a woman bring to the table? Like, no, we're women. We are it's.